Hello, welcome back to It Takes Dutch Courage. In this video we are going to have a bit of a closer look at our caterpillar situation. So a few videos ago we already hinted that we've encountered that the caterpillar situation is a bit more serious than we thought, and in this video we'll compile some videos from about 4 or 5 weeks ago and from last week or last weekend by the time I edit this, to show you well, what it's like and how we got on with it, and also talk a bit about our future plans to combat the situation for the future. Today we are first of all matching in our t-shirts, not completely but it might look like it, sorry about that. But we are tackling one of the nastier things that we've got, which is the pine procession caterpillar situation. So quite a lot of our pine trees have got those little critters in them, and today we are going to remove as many as we can from the trees that we can reach and burn them. Yeah. I think you might be able to see there's a big caterpillar here, smaller ones here, so it seems like we are doing this little nasty thing just in time.
We have decided to up our PPE game. We was already getting some itches, whether it already be from it or just from the thought of these creepy crawlers, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, they are quite nasty, so we decided to go for long sleeves, masks, goggles, and we'll see how we get on. We will definitely need a shower after this, so let's continue.
Slow going, but it's going.
Let's show you something awful. There's a nest here, absolutely teeming caterpillars. It's so gross. The whole branch is just full of them wiggling about. It's awful. Are you having fun yet?
So much fun. Fun, fun, fun. Living the dream, living the Portuguese dream. But on we go. Now comes the next part, burning the little fuckers. Quite following me.
Hello and welcome back to round 2 of getting rid of the pine procession caterpillars. We very much learned from our mistakes and we are completely kitted out and wrapped up to protect ourselves from the nasty stingy things that they spray around their hairs. So let's see if this is a bit more successful than the first time around. Let's go. We're not sure if some of these are a bit older or some of these have already gone and walked out because many of them don't seem to have a lot of life left in them, but we'll take away what we can.
So it looks like we've actually missed the boat. It's been a few weeks that we started with the little buggers, and then we had a few weeks of really bad weather. We had friends and family visiting who we didn't want to subject to helping us with the caterpillars, and now that we're checking all the nests, it seems that they've all marched to their holes and are now going to do their best to become moths. So it's probably not very useful at this point to continue, so we better spend our effort and energy to something else. It's a bit of a shame, but I guess that's nature for you. Because yeah, we couldn't have been working through all of the weather that we've had. It is what it is. So now our focus to fight the little buggers has to go to trying to stop them between the moth phase and breeding again. So I guess that's it for today. In winter, we still have to use every bit of sunshine or dry weather, for that matter, to our advantage. So now that we found out that the caterpillar season has already passed, at least in our trees, we are going to make a start this afternoon with felling a lot of the younger trees that are on our land. We've got quite a few that have started growing quite close to the house, so we're going to tackle those first. They are also the least dangerous because we've got quite a few taller trees that we want to fell as well, but we'll have to spend a bit more care and attention to those. And so yeah, that's what we're going to do for the rest of the afternoon, and we'll film a bit of it as well.
Before we start using the chainsaw, it's in need of some maintenance. Chain's getting a little bit loose, and then we need to fill up the oil and fuel as well. So let's sort that out. Time to tackle this really big dead tree. Not sure if our chainsaw is quite big enough for it, but we'll see how far we get. At least it's leaning well away from the house. I don't think it would hit it, but the way it's leaning it definitely won't. So let's see how we get on.
Clearing out some of the trees that we've just felled, and I am still not taking any risks. I did actually see a caterpillar, so it looked quite dead, but I'm not taking any risks.
That was quite the job. Some of them were a bit heavier than we thought, but there are some really nice straight stems in there. So we're not planning on letting all this beautiful wood go to waste. We can use quite a few of them probably for making our raised beds. So it saves us having to buy wood that is way too expensive these days. And it makes sure that all this beautiful wood gets a second life and gets repurposed.
So we cleared out quite a bit of the trees already. We started with the one closest to the house, and we'll make our way that way and that way as well, also to keep everything safe and away from the house and from the storage that we've got. But with the whole caterpillar situation, we are also thinking of slowly starting to replace most of the pine trees that are food for the caterpillars, and that means that we'll have a long journey, because we can't just cut down all the trees and then hope for the best, because it's quite a steep hill and the hill does need the roots to stay in place. But we are going to look very much into things like permaculture and food forest and that kind of thinking, to see what we can plant within kind of this forest that brings back some biodiversity, that gives us some things that we can use in terms of like a food source, but also at the same time trying to make sure that it's all kind of native plants, and or that they don't harm the environment really.
Yeah.
Anything to add?
No, it will be nice to have a bit more variety. It's quite the single lack of diversity forest at the moment.
Yeah, it's mostly pine and eucalyptus. We've got a few oak ones that we are most certainly going to keep, apart maybe from the ones very close to the home, but for now, until we know what we're going to do, we'll keep them also to keep the ground a bit grounded and to make sure it doesn't all come crashing down on us. So yeah, that's the start of our new forest.
More to come.
Well, thank you for watching again. We hope this video gives a bit of a overview of our entire caterpillar situation. We still have quite the long journey to go, but in the end we'll get there. We chose to live in nature and we'll have to deal with it, and there are quite a few really good opportunities, like we said before, to diversify the land a bit more and to put some permaculture ideas into practice to make sure that we can get the most out of this wonderful plot of land. The only big downside is that we were counting on Lily to join us playing outside here on the land, but we are not going to risk it with the caterpillars. Even though the season is rather short, we don't want her to get used to being outside and then having to keep her inside for probably 2, maybe 3 months just to be sure. And our cat is really stupid, so she will stick her nose into those caterpillars, and with it being such a health risk for her, we're just not willing to risk it.
And for reforesting the land, any tips and suggestions are always welcome, of course.
Yeah, so let those know in the comments if you've got any ideas, any links, any amazing people to follow, to learn from. It'll be a very long learning journey, but hopefully you'll follow us along on this channel. So thanks for watching, and
see you next time.
See you next time.